Well, hey. How we doing? We're live on a Sunday evening. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers in the educator to trader space. All the fathers in YouTube land. Happy Father's Day. Hopefully you got to spend some time with the people you love and that love you, and you got to be honored today as a father. Happy Father's Day. If you stood in as a father, if you stood in as a surrogate, if you stood in as someone who has been a stepfather, a real father, a standalone, a big brother, all those good things, happy Father's Day to you. All right, definitely. We want to honor all the fathers in this space. A lot of times fathers don't get all the shine they need to get, but here, at Educator to Trader, we like to acknowledge the fact that the fathers are doing what they need to be doing along the way, and we're going to give you your shine here at E2T. Happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to you. I'm giving time and space for all the platforms to let the people know that we're here. I want to make sure I close up all these different avenues so that my computer will speed up. I need my computer to speed up as much as it can so that it can be running like a well-oiled machine. Or I got to do one thing to make sure that all the monetization is working, because we need to be monetized as much as possible. Make sure YouTube is sending the money where it needs to go. Okay. Make sure YouTube is sending the money where it needs to go. Come on, let me make sure that screen is monetized. Hey, happy Sunday. Happy Father's Day. Happy Sunday. Happy, all the things. All right, let me make sure that we turn the monetization on. Hope y'all had a good day. I'm going to run through what's coming this week. How did last week go? We had some, interesting stuff, made a little bit of money, lost a little bit of money, but we made more money than we lost. That's the goal every week, is to make more money than you lose, ain't it? That's the whole goal. We do know we're going to lose some money, but the plan is to make more money than you lose. I see Ace Options Trading. Hello, are you still doing 0 DTE SPX spreads? Yes, we are. And if you want to join us over in the membership, we are doing it every single day in the membership. You can go to, what is our membership? bit.ly/ that's all we do. E2T membership. That's all we do. We focus on that completely. Every single day, we do 0 DTE, SPX, and XSP spreads. We do it all day long, every single day, and we're making our money every single day. Me and the community are making it do what it do every day. All right. We sometimes get on live Zooms. That's where we're trading together. All right. That's how we making it do what it do. So come on, join us. Ace Options Trading. Come on and join us over there. That's what we're doing. Hey, TJ, how you doing? All right, let's go. Let's move on and see what we need to see with what happened last week. How did things go? Let me move us to the charts. We can look at the weekly chart, and then we'll look at what is coming up this coming week. See how did things go and what's coming up. As they say in church, I won't be before you long. I know folks are enjoying their time. I got to enjoy some time with my daddy this weekend. I was over with my dad yesterday. We hung out and he did what he does, which is cook for us. And we sat around in the backyard and enjoyed family time. It was a good old time. I enjoyed myself. That's what we did yesterday. Yep. Love the sound of that. I'm starting with the small account. 2K is plenty of money, Ace Options Trading. And if you want to join us, that's what we do. We grow small accounts. Starting with 2K is fine. Now, I will suggest, that you work with somebody who's working with you. Yes, you can manage it and figure it out on your own. But why go about figuring it out on your own when you're working with somebody who's already figured it out, right? We're doing it every day, all day long, and we're focusing on one thing. So you got a much better chance of being successful when you're working with somebody who's already doing it. Yes, you can go figure out a strategy on your own. I'm not just talking to you, I'm talking to the collective you. But why? I can almost make a promise, and I won't say I promise you, but I've got a real good sneaky suspicion that you can make your money back for the membership. You can make that money back in one trade, two trades at the most. You can make the money back that you're going to pay for my membership. You can make that money back in 1 to 2 trades. And the rest of the money that you make after that for the month is your money. Yes, TJ's telling you 2K is just fine. Yep. Safe than sorry to work with somebody who's doing it. Much better to work with somebody who's already doing it. We got people in my community working with 500, people working with 1,000, people working with 2,000, people working with 10,000 and beyond. So it's a nice mix of people who working with all the different money levels. Come on and join us. That way you can be growing your money every day too. All right. Okay. So let me share my screen. Oh, I said let's remove it. I don't want to remove it. I want to share my screen. Share my screen. There we go. This is what SPX did last week. All right. This is a weekly chart. Shows what SPX did last week. It opened the week up here about 6,004. It had some up movement, went up as high as about 6,058. It went as low as 5,962 throughout the course of the week and had some movement. A lot of movement happened last week. Right, it was a red week overall, and it closed at 5,976 last week. So the week closed below 6,000. Really thought it was going to close above 6,000. It didn't. Right, so we have closed below 6,000. Didn't think it was going to do that, but it has. So that's where we are. We basically do what we do, which is trade what we see. Yep, this is the daily chart. On the daily chart, we had a nice little run. Sell zone, for those who use that nomenclature, sell zone, leg in, sell, leg in, base, leg out, leg in, base, leg out. That's how that goes. Left a gap behind. There's a gap. Is that a wick? It is a wick, so that's really not a gap anymore. Well, it kind of is because, yep, it is. The price closed up here and it opened down here, and the gap from Thursday to Friday is not fully closed. So there is still some gap that remains. It tried to get some of it on Friday, but this much is the gap that is still remaining. We thought was going to get some of it. That's what we were thinking on Friday. I ain't even going to talk about how I was sitting around in my put credit spreads like it was going to go forever. It felt nice. Then it turned around. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. This is Friday's movement. Let me get to a 15-minute chart so y'all can see what Friday did. I don't know why. And if you've watched me on social media, you can see that I talked about how the influencer was influenced on Friday, because I knew it was going to. Why you gonna sit around in a trade knowing it's gonna go up? At some point, it's gonna turn back, girlfriend. And it did just that. It went and then it turned back, and it turned back real nice. And I had put credit spreads from down here, and I really could have locked them with my PDT hack. But somehow I thought my trades from down here were safe, were not. And I should have locked them with PDT hacks. I ended up closing them later for a bit of a loss. Some of them end up still being in profit. They would have been had I left them. But I still end up doing some other mitigating trades. I ended up profitable for the day because I know how to work a mitigation, but I would have been more profitable had I closed my trades up here. But that's all right though, because I got a note up here. Y'all who saw my social media know that I wrote a note up here and pointed right up in this area that said you need to lock every trade. Now I'm starting to where I'm putting on more contracts and putting on more size. And when you're putting on more contracts and size, you have to have different risk management plans. You can't just sit around in the trade from 9:30 in the morning thinking it's going to be fine at 4 in the afternoon. Not SPX, or let's say you know better. This is me talking to me. I know better. You know better. So when you know better, you got to do better. You know better, you do better. This need to be on full screen. You know better, you do better. That's what that is. Okay, so let me see. I had some notes over here. TJ said that's plenty. The 2K is fine. Are we almost at an all-time high again? Yes, we are. We're going to be right back up there. It won't take us long. We'll be right back up there. Spencer says, is there another way to join them with PayPal? I've had many bad experiences. So when you go to PayPal, you can use your card with PayPal, but not like link to PayPal. You can have them use and connect your card without. But besides that, the short answer to your question is no. I use PayPal. That's my payment connection. So no, I don't have another way, but I think you can connect your card to PayPal without being like a member of PayPal. Francis says, do you have any certain amount of money in your account to trade options? Because I applied for options and I got denied. No, there's not a certain amount of money you have to have in your account for options. But when you're working with a broker, the broker wants to know three things. The broker wants to know that you've got a good amount of income, and good amount is relative, but the broker wants to know that you've got income. They want to know that you got money, that if you start making mistakes with your money, that you've got a way to cover your own mistakes. The broker is protecting themselves. They're not protecting you. They're protecting themselves. The broker wants to know that you've got net worth, so that if you start making mistakes with your money, especially if you want a margin account, that you got reserves to go get them their money from something. They want to make sure that you can give them their money back. All right. So basically, is they're giving you a line of credit and they want to know if it goes bad, you can go to something to get them their money. That's what they want, is their money. That's number two. The broker wants to know that you've got enough experience to know what you're doing. So if you can't show them that you've got income, you've got net worth, and you've got experience, the broker's not going to approve you. Now, there's ways to show or say that you have these three things. If you're working with somebody who has these things or has the experience, then that says you got the experience because you're working with somebody that does. Net worth and income are not things that can be proven. The broker just wants you to say, I got these things. All right. So I'm not telling anybody to lie. I'm just saying that the broker is not going to go check your W-2s to figure out what you really do have. Okay. So there's that. All righty. The broker's protecting themselves. They're not protecting you, just so you know. They doing CYA for them. They're not CYAing for you. All righty. A cash account, you want to change the margin. Yes, I understand what you're saying. And when you want to change the margin, they want to make sure a margin is like a line of credit. They want to make sure if they're going to give you a line of credit that you've got the means to pay them back their money. That's all. That's a margin account is a line of credit. They want to know if we allow you to use our money, if you make mistakes because you don't know what you're doing, can we get our money back? Okay, that's what there we go, Slim. Y'all, if y'all reading Slim's comments, that's what you need to do. All right, Slim said it because I'm not, but you can read. And if you can read, there you go. Thank you, Slim, for saying what I can't say. I appreciate that. Okay, so that's what happened last week. All righty, so the VIX is currently at 20. Again, the broker is looking out for them. They are not looking out for you. They're covering themselves, not yourself. They covered themselves. Okay. The VIX is at 20.82. It's up about 2.8 right now. Happy Father's Day. Thanks, Janae. Welcome to the call. Happy to have all y'all here. Make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you hit the notification bell, pass the word. Make sure that if you like it here, that everybody knows that you like it here. So that way, they'll pass the word to other people, right? They want people to know. You want people to know that we're over here. Tell the world so that YouTube will pass the word to other people and let folks know that we're here. It says, why Wall Street strategists don't see Fed rate cuts coming anytime soon. Now, I thought there was talk about some rate cuts maybe coming in September, but I guess we'll wait and see. Encouraging economic data has boosted market hopes for Fed rate cuts, but policymakers remain cautious. Carney will aim to show he can handle Trump in G7 in Canada. Oh, Macron offers to aid in Greenland's security amid Trump threats. Trump tariff timeout is almost up. Here's what could happen next. Ooh, oil traders brace for turmoil as Iran crisis heightens risk to supply. Okay, Middle East tensions and the Fed's dot plot. What to know this week. The whole Israel-Iran thing is definitely something that we must keep our eye on in the week to come, as what we're talking about for this week is what is coming up this week. TJ says, Coach, do you leverage margin in your current trades, or do you trade the amount you actually put in? That's a very good question. I trade the money that I have. Okay, I trade the money that I have. Now, I will say, if I get on a day where I have where it's looking bad and I need to pull to if I need to what's the word, mitigate trades I have, because I want to make sure that I still don't end up negative, or I need to mitigate trades that have gone bad, I will get into their money. Yeah, because see, I'm not carrying it overnight. So margin money, if you use it overnight, is when you start paying the small fee, and it's very small fee. You start paying a fee to use their money overnight. But because we trade every day, I trade 0 DTE, I'm not carrying their money overnight. So if I need to get into that pot, I will, but it's very rare. I trade the money that I have. That's a very good question. But it's the money, just because the margin money is available doesn't mean you have to use the margin money. Okay, you don't have to use it. It's a margin account. Doesn't have to mean you got to go use it and dig in, but I generally don't. I trade the money that I have. All right, that's a good question. Where we are, CNBC. Oil prices jumped more than 3%, adding to last week's surge as Israel strikes Iran energy facilities. We've definitely got this. Last was popped up this 13th. So this is not fresh news. This is from Friday. So we won't talk about that. Let's move on to what the calendar looks like for this coming week. All right. Monday or tomorrow, we've got Empire State Manufacturing Index tomorrow morning at 8:30. Nothing else, according to this, is going to be on for tomorrow, the 16th. Tuesday, we've got core retail sales and retail sales month over month at 8:30. That's a red folder. 9:15 capacity utilization rate, industrial production. That's 9:15. 10 o'clock business inventories, National Association of Home Buyers, API weeklies, 4:30. So only the red folder at Tuesday morning at 8:30. Wednesday morning unemployment claims, red folder 8:30. Building permits and housing starts 10:30. Crude oil, which really is a red or an orange folder. Natural gas, especially now that we're in war times, this crude oil inventory is probably going to be more of a red folder than it is a yellow, because how we're doing with our oil is going to matter in war times, right? When I say war times, we got stuff going on, right? So 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, we've got federal funds rate, FOMC statement, ding, ding, ding. Wednesday, FOMC statement is coming. So we'll be looking for that. And then the press conference at 2:30. This is the rate cuts thing, right? This is where they do the rate cuts discussion, right? This is all the rate cuts discussion. For sure. Info Nerd says, how much if needed if daily profit goal is 500 or 1,000 of your own money? If your daily profit goal is $500, you're going to pull about 10 to 15% in profit. So if you want to make 500 a day in profits, you need to spend about it depends if this is kind of you're going to spend between $2,500 and $5,000. When I say spend, you're going to leverage that much. If you're doing iron condors, it's like $2,500. If you're doing just one side, it's probably about $5,000 of collateral that you're going to use for $500. It's kind of going to depend on how aggressive you want to be or how conservative you want to be in your trades, but definitely I'd say between $2,500 and $5,000 of collateral. Okay, that's your money. This is the FOMC statement, right? They're going to make the statement for the Fed rate cut, rate hike, or whatever. That's going to be Wednesday, right? That's what this FOMC statement is. This is the press conference, about an hour long, 2-part. Statement is read. Conference is open to press questions. Okay, it doesn't say right here whether this is where they will say whether or not they're cutting or raising. But since they mentioned the rate cut or not, somehow why is September being mentioned and this is June? Okay. Thursday's a bank holiday. It is Juneteenth. Okay, I see Slim B saying yes. Okay, cool. Thursday is a bank holiday. Will the market be closed on Thursday? Who can tell me that answer? Will the market be closed on Thursday? Do we need to go ask ChatGPT? Will the market be closed on Thursday? I feel like a federal holiday. Will the stock market be closed on June, what's that, the 19th, 2025? Oh, got to get my fingers are hitting the wrong buttons. Will the stock market be closed? Will be closed Thursday, June 19th. That's a yes. Stock market closed on Thursday. Woo, what y'all gonna do with no stock market on Thursday? What I'm gonna do with no stock? Well, that's a good thing. I've got company coming into town that'll make me be focused on the company. Oh yeah, is it quad witching or triple witching? Thursday, January, February, March, April, May, June. Ooh, Lord of mercy. Lord of mercy, y'all knocked me over. Quad witching is this week. Oh, shucks. Y'all know the volatility during quad witching be crazy. Quad witching, it be crazy. Okay, the week, ooh, nuts. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. People closing positions, opening positions, especially on Friday. Okay, listen, I'm telling my community right now. We said before that on Quad Witching Friday, and it's going to be a short week. This might be the week not to trade on Friday. E2T crew, this might be the week that we just we do some real light trading on Friday. Cause wow, high IV, short week chart analysis, all the things. Cause they say I hate when the markets is closed. Cause the week is gonna be Thursday. That's gonna be crazy by itself. No Thursday trade, and then Friday is gonna be quad witching. Friday gonna be quad witching. It's already quad witching week already. How does the market behave on quad witching? Yes, all the stuff. Now, quad witching, for those who quad witching is where a lot of different things expire at the same time. Bonds expire, stocks don't expire, options expire, future stuff expires. There's all kind of things that expire at the same time. Like it happens 4 times a year, which is quad witching. At the end of every quarter, you have the things that are expiring, and then people are resetting. So you're setting your expiring quarterly things, and they get reset. Right? So it's just a lot of moving parts that happen. That's really what goes on there, right? A lot of moving parts happen. So a lot of volatility. Oh yeah, you not trade. Right, Janae? It goes so crazy. I'm gonna be out anyway. So I won't be available. I will not be at my computer at all. It'll be so light because I'll be trading from my phone. That's gonna be all. These are reasons. These are all good reasons not to trade, ain't they, Janae? Ain't they? Ain't they good reasons not to trade on Friday? Okay. Bank holiday on Thursday. Market closed. Let me say on task. Market closed on Thursday. Yep. And then Friday, Philly Fed Manufacturing Index, CB Leading Index, and Fed Monetary Policy Report. That's all happening on Friday, along with quad witching. Okay. All of that. That's all happening this week. Okay. We've got FOMC Wednesday, market closed on Thursday, quad witching on Friday. Just all the things. Whoa. All the things are happening this week. Yes, all the things. I put this thing here. Now I can't see. I can't see everything that happens behind it. It's blocking up my blocks up my tabs. I can't see my tabs. There we go. I need to be able to see what's back there. Oh, nope. I said we got to be able to see my sign though. There we go. Okay, let's go look at earnings for the week. We light on the earnings season. Earnings season is about over as far as this quarter goes, because the quarter's coming to a close. Monday, we've got Powerfleet and Renew Power. That's on Monday. On Monday after close, we've got Digital Turbine, Lennar Homes, PetMeds, High Tide, and RF Industries. Tuesday mornings, we've got Jabil, 10 Limited, and Anti-Alpha, Vince, and Wiley. Tuesday after close, Beyond Air, Lazy Boy, Vistagen Therapeutics. Wednesday, we've got Aurora, Live One or Live One, GMS, and Corn Ferry. Wednesday after close, Smith and Wesson. Thursday, nothing because it's a holiday. And then Friday, we've got Kroger, Accenture, Darden Restaurants, and CarMax. Those are all this week. Not a lot as far as earnings go. Not a lot happening. Not a lot happening. Francis, what do you do for short week chart analysis? Is there something different that you do for short week chart analysis? What do you do that's different? What do you do that's different? Okay, let's move on to how we did in our okay, I was talking about what things were single stock options, single stock futures, the things that expire for quad witching, stock index futures, stock index options, single stock options, and single stock futures. Those are the things that expire. This is how our stock trade list did last week. Our list last week did 88% profits, 88% win rate. Whoop whoop. Yes. Whoop 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 whoop. So what did we trade last week in our community? What did I trade? We don't really trade them together in our community anymore because we're really focused on SPX now. We've got all of our mental energies and our monies focused on SPX. But last week we traded, or I traded, and some people followed along, traded on Google, Home Depot, IWM. I had a paper here that had them all written down. Where did I put that paper? I had a list of all of my, where did I put that? Oh, there it is. Duh. I had McDonald's, Amazon, Home Depot, Google, Procter & Gamble. Procter & Gamble's down here. I did Procter & Gamble on both sides, call credit spread and put credit spread. I did an iron condor. IWM I traded. It said Google, Amazon, Home Depot, McDonald's, Uber, and General Motors. Right? All of those, y'all see them all on here. Amazon, check. Google, check. Home Depot was the only one. Now, I did Home Depot. Yep, I did Home Depot on the call credit spread side. I did Home Depot on the call credit spread side, not on the put credit spread side. Now, how did I know to do it that way? Well, I used the PeakBot. I used PeakBot automated trading. I use PeakBot automated trading for mine. And my automated trading on PeakBot, peakbot.com, that's a .com, okay, .com/E2T. I use PeakBot automated trading, and PeakBot determined which side was the side to enter, not me. Yes. It entered on Monday, but PeakBot determined the trend because I used the trend spread bot. Right, the trend spread bot is the one that got used, and the trend spread bot looks at the trend, determines which direction is the proper trend, and enters the trade based on that trend. Right, so it went with the Home Depot as a call credit spread, which you see is got a check mark next to it. Collected $34 on my behalf, all hands free to me. All I did was pick Home Depot, collect my $34, and then it closed at the proper time. The bot did the closing. The bot entered. The bot exited. I didn't do nothing but pick the stock. All right. McDonald's, Amazon, Home Depot, Google, Procter & Gamble, IWM, Uber, and General Motors. All of those were ones that I picked the stock and the bot entered for me. Yes, hands free. Hands free. So my hands free from the standpoint of all I did was pick the stock. I hope I'm making myself clear. And then at the end of the week, well, you collect your money right away, and then it closes it along the way because the bot is supposed to do that. It closes it, you going about your day. And then you hear bling, and you're like, well, what was that closed? And it just closed the trade when it was supposed to, right? My next screen tells you if you want to do peak by automated trading. And why would you want to do this? Well, you got a job, you run a business, you trade in something else. For us, we are trading. I'm focused on SPX all day. And y'all know, anybody who trading SPX knows that it requires your focus and your attention. Not only am I trading SPX, I'm managing the community. I'm managing the membership and the people. I'm calling out the trades. I'm giving alerts. I'm making sure that we watching the up and down roller coaster that we ride. Like on Friday, we riding the roller coaster. I'm watching the roller coaster. I'm managing the people who are in the community who are not sure what we're doing next. I'm giving alerts. I'm making sure we're doing all that. And sometimes, which in a week or so I will be doing this, I'm gonna go back and teach school. Y'all know I'm a teacher too. I'm gonna go back to the job that does pay me. I'm gonna go back to a job. But I still want to be able to trade some of these other stocks. I don't want to miss out on my weeklies because I like my weekly credit spreads. I don't want to miss them. I don't want to miss my weekly credit spreads. And the way I can still partake and participate in my weekly credit spreads on these other stocks is I can let Peakbot do it for me, right? I can still hang out with Peakbot. I'm integrated with them. I'm their partner. They're my partners. These are my people, right? So if you want to utilize automated trading with Peakbot, you can use the link I just put here on this screen, and you can get a 50% off. I don't know if it's 50% off for the first month or what, but I think it's $29 a month. Go over there and check it out. If you really want them, if you want them to, they'll give you like a one-on-one tour and all this stuff. You can go check it out. It connects to your broker. It connects to Tasty Trades, Tradier, and Schwab. Those are the three brokers that they connect to. Tasty Trades, Schwab, and Tradier. And it will only function with the stocks you pick. This bot don't go in there and just start doing all kind of randomness. No, it's only going to work with the stock you pick. Okay. Does it work with Webull? Not at this point. Only Tradier, Tasty Trades, and Schwab. Those are the only three brokers it works with. Just those three at this point. Okay. So go ahead and hook up with them. Okay. I got a question. Who last week, who was trading with their heart and not with the chart? Who was letting their emotions run them and was not using their head? Who was using their emotions? Who was letting greed run their trading? Who was letting FOMO run their trading? Who was not trading like they had sense? I don't use Trade Copier for multiple accounts, but if I'm like, I have multiple accounts, I don't know how to do Trade Copier, but I jump like between mine and Robinhood, but I try not to do the exact same strikes because that's just, I try to like go off a little bit. I don't know how to do Trade Copier for regular trades. I don't have that. I know in futures people do that, but I don't know how to do it in anything besides futures. But yeah, if you're trading something besides trading your chart, you need to get my mug. Trade the chart and not your heart. Don't be letting FOMO and greed and other stuff get you off your game like I did on Friday. That's what I did on Friday. All off, knowing good and well. I know good and doggone well I needed to lock in my chart. I looked back at myself. I was like, what trance did you go in, Arlissa, that made you not do what you know to do? Like, what greed monster attacked you and had you turn off? Because I turned on that PDT hack. I set that PDT hack to work, and somehow through that process of the morning, I turned off that PDT hack. Like, what came over me? I can't even like say what was that came over me that made me cancel that PDT hack. I'm not sure what in the world I was thinking. Anyway, I made it out with some green, but it was not the kind of green I was anticipating for that Friday. I was in that trade way too long. I made like $360, I think it was. But I really was in the trade for way too long to have not come out with more profits. I was like, I really should have made a lot more money for the amount of time and energy I put into this day. That's all right. We live and learn. Yes, we do. This is the membership. But I want y'all, the reason I'm telling y'all all this stuff though is to let you know that even the coach, even the influencer, even the leader has moments where you blink and you're like, what in the world? That have dumb moments. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Even the leader has times where you just are like petrified or something. Like you just brain farts. I don't know what happened. Anyway, this is what we do in the membership, SPX, XSP. We do our group trading. We actually did two Zoom sessions last week where we were on Zoom together. We trade credit spreads. I do the alerts. I send alerts out. And my alerts are trades that I'm doing. I don't alert stuff that I'm not in. If I alert it, it's because I'm in it. All right. I don't just send out alerts and be like, y'all go jump in. No, if I put an alert out, it's because I'm in the trade. And when I'm out of the trade, I also send an alert that says I'm out and this is what I did to get out. We do our Sunday charting sessions where we talk about some stuff. We're going to talk about some 1DTE stuff today. That's what we're going to do. And first Saturday coaching calls. I told you about what strategy. One-on-ones. Everybody gets a one-on-one session every quarter. We have a private Telegram group and we do our Zoom calls impromptu. If you want to join us, I got to update this thing because it's not $97 anymore. It's $147. This is not the price. Today's price is not yesterday's price. That is no longer the price. Now, if you are looking at this and you see that this is the price because you can see it on this screen, I will honor that price, but that is not the price anymore. But if you're looking at it and you say, Miss Arlissa, I see that you put that price up there and I was watching it, you can let me know and I will let you into the membership for that price, but that is not the price. Okay. Okay. The price is definitely $147 now, but I will honor it because it's on the screen. And I did not notice that price on this particular slide had not been updated, but I'm going to open that up right now and update that, but I will honor that price at this point. All righty. Let me move on to the next slide before we stay here too long. E2T University. E2T University is coming soon. I'm actually going to start it in August. I'm going to start it along with like when regular universities start. E2T University is going to start you. It's going to be like a 12 to 14 week, like a quarter. It's going to start with the basics. What are options? What are calls? What are puts? How do you chart? What is a candle? And we're going to go from there. What are indicators? How do we use them? What are our selling strategies? How do we use those? How do we go? We're going to include all of this. And when you're finished with E2T University, you're going to be ready to do what we do every day. I'm going to walk you right into how to do credit spreads. How do you sell cash secure puts? How do you sell covered calls? How do you make money with us every day? I'm going to walk you through that whole process in a 12 to 14 week window. And by the time you're done with E2T University, you're going to be ready to make this money. Okay? You're going to make money along the way because I'm going to teach you strategies along the way to help you make money. You ain't going to have to wait till it's over. But when it's over, you're gonna definitely be ready to make the money. But along the way, we're gonna make money along the way. You're not gonna have to wait. All right. That's coming up soon. So if you're really wanting to join us and wanting to see what we do and be a part of what we do here, get your coins together because we're gonna get ready to, run E2T University starting in August. All righty. Keep your eyes peeled, as they say. Keep your eyes peeled. We get ready to do E2T University very soon. All righty. I do not have the list, the new trades list for this week because there's not enough things on the watch list for me to put it together. So I'll do like I did last week and I'll put it together first thing Monday morning and I'll make sure that we put it into your email. I'll put it on my social media. I'll put all the places so that way you'll have a list that you can use for credit spread trades next week. Okay. Okay. I think I have covered everything I was going to cover. Oh, I had one more thing I think I was going to show y'all. Yeah, I did. I actually had two more things I was going to show you. So let me go back to those slides. I didn't want to get to a slide. If you're looking for the free resources, we got the stuff for the free. E2T-freebies.com is the stuff that is for the free. 3 things to check before you trade is the latest freebie that you can go grab. Set up for success in 5 minutes or less. Make sure you go and grab that at the E2T-Freebies channel. And if you're looking for a one-on-one, you just need, to clarify your strategy. You need to look over what your strategy is, your trading plan is. You've got yourself tied up in some stuff that you need to get unloosed from, or you just are confused about some things and want to just know, what do we do next? Go ahead and sign up for a one-on-one with me. You can go to my website. Everything that you're looking for that I do, everything you're looking for, any of my trainings, anything basically of mine, all of my resources can be found at educatortotrader.com. All the stuff I do is there. Okay. You can find all my stuff there. Follow me in all the places. All right. Follow me on all the social media. All right. Every place, Twitter, Threads, YouTube, Facebook. I think it's all of the ones I'm at. Instagram. I don't really do a lot on Instagram. LinkedIn. Y'all don't forget LinkedIn. I'm an educator-2-trader. Come over there and see me over on LinkedIn. Y'all follow me over there. A lot more educational things on LinkedIn because I can do more, longer form content over on LinkedIn. Facebook doesn't lend itself as well to long form content, but we can do long form content over on LinkedIn, right? So y'all come over there and follow me over on LinkedIn. All righty. I think I have now officially covered everything. I think I covered everything. Yes, I did. I covered everything. Okay. So for those of you who are in my community, we're going to go from here into our Zoom area. Give me about 10 minutes. I'm going to go grab some water. I'll be there at 7 and we'll talk about our 1DTE strategy and get ourselves ready for next week. All righty. For the rest of you who are hanging out with me on YouTube, I will see you tomorrow morning. I believe I'm good to be there at 8:45 tomorrow morning. And I will be live on YouTube yet again. Make sure you like and subscribe. Pass the word to all your friends. If you're going to join the membership, now is the time to join it, because on Monday morning, we pick it up and run it. Pick it up and run it. Y'all know that game, pick it up and run. We pick it up and run it on Monday mornings. And we going to run it this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We trying to get what we can early in the week, because Thursday, the market's closed. And Friday, quad witching, we're probably not going to be there. I'm thinking we're going to need to get our money the first part of the week, because Thursday and Friday, there will be none. We're going to save ourselves this week. We're going to save ourselves. We're going to save ourselves. Yes. All righty. What we're going to do this week, as usual, we're going to stay green and we're going to get this money. All right. I will see you all later. See you in the chat. If you're in my community, I'll see you in 10 minutes on Zoom. All right. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.